Now to a story that you may find surprising, at least I did. We know that mass transit helps move people around Puget Sound, but did you also know it's helping house people? Yep, I spoke with Sound Transit CEO Peter Rogoff and GenPride Executive Director Stephen Knipp about a new joint housing project for LGBTQ seniors on Capitol Hill. You know, Peter, when people think about Sound Transit, they know that you're in the business of moving people, but housing, a lot of people didn't know. This is exciting.
It is. It's really a essential part of our strategy, and that is not just to provide mobility to communities, but try and keep those communities together, try to keep people who are living in those communities able to afford them. So we have what we call our equitable transit-oriented development policy, which is really oriented toward trying to facilitate wherever we can the construction of affordable housing near transit, because we know when we introduce transit to a community, it could have a very strong gentrifying force, pushing up rents and pushing local residents out of the community that just got served with the new transit.
And who are you partnering with to make it happen?
Well, it's a variety of players. Importantly, nonprofit affordable housing developers throughout the region have been really important partners. So have the cities in which we've been developing. We've been very successful with the Office of Housing in the city of Seattle. They have the benefit of a housing levy that provides dollars that can help subsidize the creation of these affordable housing units. That's not true in all the cities that we're going to serve. So as we extend light rail down the Federal Way and up to Linwood and out to the east side, we're dealing with different social service providers, different affordable housing funders, all toward just trying to keep at least some of the housing in the neighboring communities affordable.
Yeah. So how many projects, or can you give us a sense for how many you have going on right now?
Well, right now we've got about 1,600 affordable housing projects sort of spread throughout the regions. We're really hoping, so understand Sound Transit is not building the housing. Our principal tool is to discount the value of property that we procure. When we purchase property around a new transit stop, we have to purchase more property than we need to just construct the station. We are purchasing property around for construction staging and other equipment. And then we surplus that property, make it available on the open market. Rather than charge fair market value for that property, we discount it if we can facilitate affordable housing on it. That's one of the ways that we were able to make this project in Capitol Hill possible. And that was by discounting the value of the property by about $6 million.
And Peter, I'm so glad you brought that project up because I'd love to know more about it. Stephen, can you share with us a little bit about this project?
Yeah, I sure can, Angela. So the project is called Pride Place, and it's located between Pike and Pine on Broadway, so right in Capitol Hill. And it is an 8-story, 118 apartment unit that has the ground floor anchoring GenPride to provide social services and other recreational activities for the community.
And this is for seniors who identify as LGBTQ+.
Yes, it's 55 plus is the age. And this is an affirming project, so we are looking to to get as many LGBTQ folks in there as possible.
Why was this needed as you see it?
Well, I see it as needed is because the community, like I mentioned earlier, has been so displaced from Capitol Hill, which is really a historic spot for folks. And aside from the fact that they're outside the historic, area of LGBTQ support, when you get older, there's services and things that just get scattered. And so to have services and things centrally located where services for LGBTQ and any seniors really are located is just a really good thing for health. So as Peter alluded to earlier, displacement of different neighborhoods and different populations in different areas of Seattle has been a real problem for decades. And certainly on Capitol Hill, where we've seen a lot of the rents and prices of housing go up, LGBTQ folks that historically have lived on Capitol Hill have slowly been kind of pushed out. And so much like we've seen in the Central District and down in White Center, where folks are being pushed out of their neighborhoods, we are also experiencing that in our community. And so the need for housing was really showed up in a report that was done by the University of Washington back in 2018 that really identified how LGBTQ seniors fare differently than our straight counterparts in the housing market here in Seattle.
Wow. And so how exciting is this for you?
Yeah, this is it's hard to really describe how exciting this is. This is not only the first one in Washington, but there are only really a handful sprinkled around the United States that have focused on housing that affirms LGBTQ elders. And GenPride has been really fortunate to be given an opportunity to have a ground floor service provider. So we'll be the ground floor anchor on this project that will be providing services for that community in particular, and also for all the folks in that community throughout King County.
All right, very cool project.